thinking about deserving, because I've always had a problem with this idea. Um, so we say it to each other all the time, oh, you deserve it, when something good happens. But if that's true, then what about when something bad happens? Do you deserve that too? Or what about when something bad is happening to somebody else? Do they deserve it? So I just really always kind of struggled with this idea of deserving. And I think some of that too comes from an upbringing as a Christian, honestly, because, we were taught things like basically we're miserable sinners and we don't deserve anything, or total depravity, right? This is this Calvinist idea that we are incapable of good, so anything good must come from God, and so therefore, how do you deserve anything good? And so I've always sort of struggled with that, and am also trying to understand it through the lens of unconditional love that I think Jesus teaches about, that I think the gospel teaches about. This idea that there's not these binaries of it's this or it's that, it's good or it's bad, you deserve or you don't deserve, you deserve good or you deserve bad, but that there's these whole spectrums in between these things that are bathed in love, and this overarching idea that all things can work together for good. So then it becomes less about deserving because it's been earned, but instead about grace. And you hear the question mark in my voice because it's still a thing I'm trying to learn. And I was reading with Richard Rohr this morning that the kind of love that can perpetuate this kind of grace, this idea of all of it being working together for my good, is not a human idea. Humans work in a quid pro quo meritocracy. You deserve something because you earned it. And even with people, despite sometimes we want to unconditionally love each other, we just don't do it well. And it, by and large, depends on behavior and things, and I'm not even judging that, I'm just naming it. Even from our parents, certainly in romantic relationships. And so, because this idea of unconditional love and divine love is so sort of foreign, it can take our whole lives to learn it and to trust it and to receive it. And it's not a thing we receive by effort, it's a thing we receive by surrender. So it's about surrender and grace, and that we deserve all these good things that work together for our good, even if they seem bad initially. There's not really a lose. There's just a learning to trust. And that can be really hard. So I didn't answer who deserves it. But I can tell you that each of us is worthy of God's love and that unconditional love. And as we learn to surrender, then we can receive it. May it be so. Grace and peace.